JD. When I was 16, my whole world was turned upside down. I made one of the most horrific decisions in my life, and it cost me. I was charged with first-degree murder, armed robbery with a firearm, and sentenced to 2 natural life terms in prison without the possibility of parole. And I've served 31 years in prison. And my life has been a disaster. What's up, y'all? This JD again with Redemption Kings. Redemption Kings. We redeem y'all or what? Check this out, man. I want to open y'all up and introduce this show talking about false faces. False faces. So many false faces in the chain gang. And you know what? I never looked at these false faces after a while as being a bad thing, because it was like training to show me who a person really is, you know? Because a lot of people say a lot of things out their mouth. And man, you had people in prison that'll tell you anything. I mean, these dudes was lawyers, doctors. These dudes had keys. They had all the power. I mean, they had these rights. And guess what? Man, they didn't went so far in prison till they got the pictures to back this stuff up. They got pictures to back this stuff up. But check this out, man. It's all a scheme. These dudes playing dudes. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, these dudes ask you for soups and chips. They asked you for soups and chips. And they was this and they was that and they was that. But then it even get more complicated, because you had dudes in prison that had believed the lie that they was telling themselves. And I'm gonna tell you a story. And dudes that know me, they know this to be true. You know, in prison, in every prison, you're gonna have a rev. You're gonna have a rev in every prison. You're gonna have a rev in prison that's gonna be smoking, drinking, and everything else out of the book. But guess what? He gonna break that bread down. He gonna break that word. Listen to me. When he get finished with you, you're gonna be convinced. But his lifestyle, the way he living, the way he walking, what you see him do, it just don't match. It just don't match. And it's a lot of dudes in prison like that, but Rev was one of a kind. I ain't never seen nobody, you know what I'm saying, that can talk a joke out his drawers, shoes, everything. You hear me? Rev don't even play. Rev would talk you out of everything you got. And he gonna go to the dope man in your face, and he gonna smoke in your face, and he gonna preach that word, and what he say gonna make sense. It's gonna make sense, but at the same time, it's a false face, because you ain't showing me the true you. You ain't being authentic, you know, and that type of stuff can get you killed in prison. See, I'm trying to give y'all the do's and don'ts about this thing. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, you know what I'm saying, tell y'all some true facts about the outcome of these different things, you know? And not only do the inmates portray false faces, the officers do too. You know, everybody that smile at you don't like you. See, a lot of inmates in prison got it confused. They see a girl smile at them, and let me tell you something. The first thing they think about is, man, this girl want me. Man, she like me. Man, she want me. Next thing you know, you catch this dude out there on the rec yard in the grass, gunning the gun tower. And sometimes it don't even be the girl in there, it be a dude. And if you don't know what gun it is, You know, ask somebody about it. Ask somebody about what gun it is. Cause it's like some sexual nonsense that you don't supposed to be doing. And these dudes do that because they trick themselves into believing in ghosts and things that's not even there. They can't see it. And man, I used to sit back on my bunk in prison and I used to watch these dudes, man. It used to fascinate me to see this dude go down the roads that they was going down and the decisions they was making. After me knowing down that decision making is just so important. It used to just befuddle me. But you know what? It helped me at the same time. Because when a false face came in my purview, you know, and we had to bump heads about something, I was ready. I knew who you was. You couldn't convince me otherwise. But it also helped me not to portray a false face. Keep it real, man. Keep it real. Because there's a lot of dudes that's in prison that's not keeping it real. There's a lot of dudes out here that ain't keeping it real. There ain't no more code. Things have changed. Check this out. Man, things have changed so much in prison, and the code is like dust in the wind till you have, just people just destroying each other now. And I'm not just saying physically. I'm saying mentally, spiritually, depression. I'm talking about it's just thick with malice. And then every now and then you see a good soul among the many. And these dudes get destroyed as well. They turn into the same mush that they recognize, and I never did want that to be me. See, listen, people want to know how I got redeemed, how my redemption came, how I got out of prison. See, me getting out of prison was a journey, and it's stories and the things that I experienced, like waiting to get locked up. I got set up. With a phone. You know what I'm saying? By somebody that was close to me. I never went to jail for it because God's hands was on me. Yeah, I put it up for a dude. Absolutely. I was doing that because he was letting me use it. I was reaching out. I was doing my thing. Phones in the prison system is like, some caps, they $900 a piece. Yeah, a $32 phone out of Walmart is $900 in the prison. You do the math. So a phone was very important because it gave you the ability to reach out, But some of these, two-faced officers as well, some who you thought was cool with you, was also, doing things to elevate themselves in the hierarchy of prison, so to say. So, at one camp I was at, you had, officers who used to pick different inmates. You know what? I hate to say it. A lot of them was black. Big jokers too. And man, we had one cat, this dude, man, he used to patrol the hallways. The police didn't even have to come out the booth. Some nights I have my phone in my bed and I be like this here, talking to my old lady, and this dude will walk by and look at. Actually raise his head. Now I know everybody went out there, man, DJ, why you ain't bust his head open? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you why he bust his head open. Why ain't nobody there bust his head open? The dude was the police too, but he wore blues. Absolutely. The dude was the police, but he wore blues. And I know that might be foreign to a lot of y'all, You know, you might commit snitch and all this other kind of stuff in there. But that's what it was, man. I mean, you had a couple of dudes even try to set this dude up. Say he was gonna try to, you know, kill a colonel, do some other foolishness. I don't know what it was, but it was all false. And this dude got locked up, and he got out the next day. And everybody was like, well, dang, how you come back to the pound? But when he came in the door, he let him know. He said, listen, man, I don't know why y'all trying to get me locked up, because I'm coming back out of jail, going to my same bunk. You understand what I'm saying? He said, listen, y'all can't beat these people up in here. He said, if you can't beat them, join them. And when they used to have their little meals and their little appreciation days, he got a plate too. Absolutely. We in prison eat slop. This dude was eating, you know, shrimp and lobster. Like the COs. Absolutely. And they knew what time it was because this dude had a lot of stuff going on in prison. This dude, check this out, this dude had it made so good till he never had, none of his people used to send him money. Every now and then he'd get a little bit. But he was in prison for a long time, and people fall off when you're in prison for a long time. And so the dude used to get everybody to want to come to one of the dorms that was thought of to be one of the most rowdiest. Everybody had things going on. You can have a little bit of stuff in this dorm, right? So a lot of people was trying to get in there. And this dude was the king snitch in the dorm. So he would get people who want to come in there to do their thing, charge them, hey, give me $100, I'll get you moved in. And he got them moved in there. And when they got in the dorm and they started doing their thing, they probably get one re-up. After that one re-up, guess what? You see these dudes coming out the dorm in handcuffs. You know what I'm saying? And this dude going to look for his next victim. You know what I'm saying? But didn't nobody hit him upside his head, at least not yet that I know of, because he was part of, you hit him, you had to hit all of them. They coming to get you. Because he was CO. But he just wore the same clothes that we wore. A false face. And let me tell you something, there's a lot of false faces out here too. You know, but I'm going to tell you the cure to discerning a false face that helped me to slide my way by inches situations that would have been life-threatening to me or somebody else. The cure to that disease that's breaking everyone in prison down, you know what I'm saying, is the key to that is understanding who you are. Because if you understand who you are, you won't let yourself go there. See, that was one of the things that I used to ask myself over and over again on this journey to my release. Who am I? What do I got going on? You know, because I'm floating. I'm floating through prison. I'm looking. I'm watching. I'm seeing, you know what I'm saying, dudes stumble out of their cell. You know what I'm saying? And another dude stumble out behind them. These dudes supposed to be homeboys, but look what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Debauchery. You know what I'm saying? Prison take you to your lowest stage because it's a mental fight. And I done seen many dudes in prison lose these battles, man. How you losing these battles? How you losing these battles? I seen many dudes fall. I had one homeboy, and you know what? Homeboy, I respect you. You know what I'm saying? I got love for you even, because I know what type of dude you is. You understand what I'm saying? But I got to put you out there in a way. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say your name because I don't want people to get at you. But, you know, I had some homeboys in prison, you know what I'm saying, that went the other way. Now, that's their preferences. To each his own. I don't condone it, but to each his own. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, he told me, you know, a punk hit the compound, and this was at the time that, you know, transvestite was getting breasts in prison. think they was getting present. They might have got it out and came in and got it treated, one or the other. But dude coming out, got breasts, got his butt done. My homeboy go crazy. I'm like, man, what's wrong with you, man? What you got going on? You know, I've been hanging out with this dude every day. But I didn't see this here. I didn't see this play out. So, you know, after a while, my homeboy stopped being around me more and more. So I'm like, man, what's up with you? I don't even see you no more, man. You don't even come by and holler at me. We in prison. You know, we from the same area. You know what I'm saying? You can go in my house and get you a soup and a bag of chips. Might even give you a tuna or fish steak. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? You a dog. He don't come around no more. I don't see him no more. You know what I'm saying? Come to find out that my dog, he toting his canteen bag to this boy, giving all his food up. I'm like, man, why you giving all your food to this dude? He's like, man, man, you gonna hear it anyway, man. So you might as well hear it from me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what's up? He said, that's my girl. So I'm like, I said, dog, listen. You know, I don't care what you do, but call it what it is. Put the truth on what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? That's a dude that you like, and y'all doing y'all thing, right? Oh man, I'm telling you, man, you know, she reminded me of my baby mama. Daddy was even lower. You know what I'm saying? I know this is a crazy story, but it's the truth. I'm gonna give it to you straight up raw. And the dude who probably watching this right now know what I'm talking about. I ain't starting no beef and I ain't saying no names, but it is what it is. And you know, I done seen not only him but many people go down roads, not just that, you know, because some people is born and some people that's their thing. And then you got some people that just forced into it. And then you got some people that just lay down and say, you know what, this is what it is. And I never wanted that to be me concerning anything in prison. Listen, y'all, I want y'all to see my ride because this is Redemption Kings. You know what I'm saying? So the things that was stolen from me in my youth as a teenager, the things that I should have learned, you know, was being implanted in me in prison. And I didn't pay attention to it. I was given jewels by thugs and killers. And it was used to break my mind open into being something different and better. A better version of myself, so to say, you know. And, you know, as I'm watching everything going on around me and doing my same thing, doing my thing, you know, because I'm in the mix of it as well. I'm moving and busting because, you know, the lifestyle, not the lifestyle, the environment that I'm in is giving that to me. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you something, man, in this environment that we play in, it ain't no different than the streets, man. You got dudes that's gonna hate you for no reason, man. You know, why you hating for no reason? Let me know this. Why is you hating for no reason? Man, I had, you know, a dude hate on me so bad, but I'm gonna tell you, man, being a good dude pays off. I ain't gonna believe this story here, but this is a true blue story on my journey to where I am right now. Invisible hands just blessing, man, and moving me over situations in my life that I shouldn't be passing. I start vibing with a female, man, at South Bay. You know, I had a nice amount of girls at South Bay, but this was one of the many that I'm gonna get to in these sessions. But this was a beautiful young lady, man. She was good people, you know, and she was down with the kid. You know, one day early in the morning, I'm going to breakfast and I'm walking through the child line, and I see her in the cubicle, the officer station, and she look at me, and I keep going. So I'm like, dang, man, this girl is a beautiful girl. Now, in my mind, y'all, I want y'all to understand, even though I was in prison, I wasn't in prison. Because in my mind, I'm like, man, listen, just because I'm in blues and just because I'm incarcerated, this environment don't dictate me. That's how strong in my mind I was getting. This environment don't dictate me, because if you put me next to a woman, the natural laws of attraction gonna play. How can clothes stop? You know what I'm saying? Billions of years of evolution. You know what I'm saying? It can't change. So when I seen this female, you know, I looked at her. You know, the first time I looked at her, I said, you know, I gotta do what all these dudes. I know y'all that in God prison, you know, that's probably looking at this show. Y'all might not tell your homeboys this, or you know what I'm saying, your dogs this, because y'all don't want to look no kind of way. But let me tell you something, man. I went to the officer station and fronted, put on my false face, and got me some ibuprofen and some Tylenol that I didn't need to talk to this girl. Absolutely, this officer that could have put me in jail at any moment. But I didn't care. I had life sentence. What did I care for? Put me in cuffs. That's what I'm talking about. Put me in jail. That's what my mindset at this time. So when I went to the window, I said, man, can I get some Tylenol and Sudafed? I had on my hat, the hat, my waves. I ain't got waves now, y'all, so I can't even treat y'all to that. But one of them pictures at the beginning of the segment, I might throw it in there so y'all can see that I ain't lying. I had them dogs rolling. Tell you. So check this out. You know, I asked her for Tylenol and Sudafed. She was like, take off your wave cap. You don't supposed to have that on in the hallway. So I took off my wave cap, and I'm talking about waves everywhere, right? So she talking about, you just came out here to show me your waves. And I said, if you like them, you know what I'm saying, that's what it is. You know, so I threw something at her like that. So she smiled at her. I said, okay then. I ain't linked cups. She ain't pressed the button on me. So I went back into the dorm. I'm like, okay, man, so my next step, I said, I'm finna put the paper. Let me tell you something, man. I came to prison at a time that's unnatural to most dudes that's incarcerated right now. See, when I came to prison, we ain't had no phones. It was beeper, and it was paper, and it was a pencil. And in order for you to move or go anywhere that you wanted to do in the institution or out in society, you had to know how to write. You had to know how to put words together. And it was some mean dudes in there. I'm gonna get back to the other story, but this is part of it. Listen to me. It was some mean dudes in there that knew how to write. And I was taught the game, baby. I was taught the game of how to write. You know, I was taught the game of intimacy on paper. So I wrote this girl the sweetest letter that you would ever want to hear. And I told her, man, listen, you know, it took a lot of heart to write this letter to you. You know, and when you finish reading what I got to say, ball it up, throw it away. Or push the button and let them people come get me mad, because it is what it is. She ain't pushed the button. She read the letter and she did what I told her to do. Oh, it's on. You know what I'm saying? So every day, through the child line, I'm slipping letters. Shoot, 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 shoot. Girl on my trail. The letters get so much, but I couldn't get to her, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. So I ain't got no pound them story for y'all, because I couldn't get to her. But, you know what I'm saying? This story goes to a whole nother level. Because, you know, months went by, and guess what? I'm not with this girl no more. But I got one of her letters in my locker, a violation. You don't keep that type of, I mean, that's worse than the drugs in your locker in prison. Man, listen, one night, you know, I got another girl now. You know what I'm saying? Me and her vibe is strong. I'm talking about we doing our thing the whole 9 yards. Me and this girl getting down. You understand what I'm saying? So the heat is on me a little bit. You know, and I know it's on me, but I'm on my square. I'm watching everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching everything. The heat's on me. You know what I'm saying? But one night everything go wrong. But I'm gonna tell you how an invisible hand be moving around in my life, opening up doors that I couldn't even see to deliver me and to show me he real. Oh boy, y'all ain't gonna believe this here. Check this out. Now, I was working in the kitchen at the time, right? And we had one of the meanest officers alive in that prison in the kitchen. This dude wouldn't let us get away with nothing. You understand what I'm saying? You know, one day, every day he come on, his routine is to come out, clink the sharpened things that you cut vegetables up with, and make sure them all, because them Class A tools, make sure. But one day he slipped. He didn't lock it all away. And that Class A tool that can cut a whole man's head off, that's how sharp it is. It's supposed to be locked in that sink, is missing. So he panicking because his job is up in the air now. You gotta write an incident report on this. You know, so he hunt the kitchen. Anybody seen this night? Man, y'all help me look for it, blah, 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 blah. So everybody like, man, skip you, man. We ain't helping you look for nothing. You know what I'm saying? You the nastiest dude in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? But I got things going on in the kitchen. So I'm looking for it. Man, I got a whole bunch of things going on. I'm talking about, listen, I got money coming out here, an old lady in here. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no heat on the kitchen, right? So, you know, I'm hunting. Dang, let me find this thing. Let me find it. I go and put on some gloves and go in the slop bucket, dig around in that dude and put the knife in the slop bucket. I done pulled it out, right? So I go to the dude, and listen, somebody put it in there unbeknownst to them. It wasn't like somebody was trying to hide and sneak it out there, because them people would have locked us all up if they couldn't find that knife. So ain't nobody was trying to go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So the dude find it, and then when I bring it to him, he get the knife. Oh, thank you so much, Jared, for doing this. So I'm like, man, it's cool. But me and him is one-on-one. Ain't nobody else around. So he got candy in his little cage where he keep the knives and stuff at. He said, you want some candy? I said, cool. So he threw me the whole bag. And I'm saying, man, you ain't got to do that, man. Just, you know, so he was like, man, I just want to appreciate it, man, because this is my job. So I'm like, man, you straight. So we go out, and he counting us at count time. Because at the count, everybody going back to the dorm. So when he out count, after he finished counting, he make an announcement. He said, listen. He said, man, I let y'all walk out this kitchen with peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, you know, to make your little rips and do your little money, get your butt where you can drink, and y'all could help me find that knife. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't got to worry about that ever happen again. I mean, he put it down. And then this dude say, but Mr. Jared, inmate Jared helped me find his knife. So I'm like, oh man, these niggas gonna hate on me. I mean, these cats gonna hate on me anymore. Even more, right? So I'm like, man, because these dudes always been hating on me because I got people in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? So I'm playing my false face too, because I ain't got these dudes seeing nothing. So they hating on me. So dude, man, Derek, you got the knife? I said, yeah. So the dude, he was, you know, like trying to roll out the red carpet for me. So I'm trying to like, man, tone this junk down, because I don't want this heat. So the dude said, man, if it wasn't just for Jerry, I mean, he gave me some candy. I mean, let me take a bag to the dorm, all this stuff here. So, okay, let's go 6 months into the future. These people that hit my cell, they done came in there and got me, y'all. I'm talking about they got me strung up. They done packed up all my stuff and they done took me to the captain office. Now, I ain't even with the girl that I was with before no more, that I was shooting the letters at. I ain't with her. I'm with somebody else. So when they came to my house, I'm like, man, I'm good. I'm on my square. I know I ain't got nothing in the house. I'm good. The only thing they gonna do is send me back to the dorm. This is in my mind. This is in my mind. You know, so they take me to the captain office. And they take all my stuff and they put it all in front of the captain. So the captain give me the spiel. He said, listen. He said, man, he said, Jerry, your name ringing bells. He said, it's ringing bells. He said, now I can just go ahead and lock you up. but I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. He said, because I can lock you up and just have the inspector come see you in the morning. He said, but I'm gonna get 2 of my nastiest officers in here, and they gonna shake your property. If they see anything in here that you ain't supposed to have, you going to jail. So I was like, man, I knew my house was clean. So guess who walked through the door? The dude that I found the knife for. So when he knocked in the door, I'm like, yeah, this dude is nasty, nasty. You know what I'm saying? Because boy, look, if it wasn't a knife, I would have been the inmate out in the get counter looking at him like, man, this, you know what I'm saying? I would have been that dude. But I had stuff going on. So, you know, he looked at me and he went completely worried. And another girl came in. She looked at me, turned her nose up at me like I was the ugliest man alive. And then she went digging through I'm talking about they opened up letters and they read my letters like this here. I'm talking about softly, intelligently. I mean, they try to find anything, right? So I'm like, man, these dudes here go, I mean, an hour, 2 hours, about 3 hours, they got me in cover, I'm cold. So I'm like, man, when they gonna get done? And then, man, dude grabbed a letter, and when he grabbed the letter, I knew I was going to jail. I said, I'm dead, it's over. It's over, guys. Even if I want to change, man, this junk here ain't gonna happen. I'm going to jail for a long. They finna kick me to the North Pole. He grabbed the letter. I looked at the letter. I'm like, man, how did that get in there? Because I knew this was a response letter from the girl. He opened the letter and he read it. When he read it, he looked at me and I looked him in the eyes. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm gone. He looked at the letter again and look here. He took the letter, folded up, and he set it to the side and scooted away from the girl so it wouldn't get to her pile. Because he knew she was a nasty joker too. You understand me? Man, I looked at this dude, I said, oh my God. And he looked at me like this here and said, we even. I was like, oh, man, look here, they shirts a little bit more. Dude sent me back to the door. I threw that letter up in tiny pieces and flushed it all the way down the toilet. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want to see a name on that letter again. I was like, oh, I'm talking about the hair, and I ain't even got no hair, y'all. I got alopecia. You know, but pretend hair on my arm stood up. You know what I'm saying? This junk here was off. I was like, man, how did I get out of that? This invisible hand. And being a good dude. See, let me tell you something, man. Authenticity is a rare jewel that people just don't find. You know what I'm saying? And people got it in them. This jewel is in you. You know what I'm saying? You need to redeem that part of you that's lost so you can be a boss of yourself. Absolutely. Redemption Kings, y'all. Stay tuned for the next episode. And man, listen, please don't forget to like, comment, and definitely subscribe, y'all. Redemption Kings. I'm out, JD.